Hello friends, my name is Dalit Soni and you are watching MCQ Practice Series by Drishti IAS under target UPSC Prelims 2024. In this episode, we'll be discussing certain MCQs from your environment section. There are already 7 videos which has been uploaded. This will be the 8th and the last one from environment series. So let's start with the episode 8 and question number 1. Which of the following constitutional provisions are related to environment protection, fundamental right, directive principle of state policies, and fundamental duties? So when we are talking about these three, you can say constitutional provisions, all of them are talking about your environment protection in one way or other. So option D would be your right answer. Now here you can say there is article 21 which talks about the right to healthy environment as a fundamental right. Other than that, recently Supreme Court has said that there is a right against effect of climate change. Okay, so that is also has been recognized as a fundamental right under article 21. Okay, so please remember that this is recent and it was in the current affairs. And article 48A, this is one of your fundamental, you can say that is one of your DPSP. Okay, which direct the state to protect and improve the environment and to protect the forest and wildlife. So that is a DPSP. Then when we are talking about article 51A G clause, it also talks about the environment protection in certain way. It is a fundamental duty to protect and improve the natural environment including forest, lakes, rivers and wildlife, and to have a compassion for living beings. Okay, so I hope these three things are clear. So it is talking about your fundamental right, this is talking about your DPSP, and this is talking about your fundamental duties. Okay, now moving further, question number 2. Which of the following statements is or are correct with reference to the change made in wetlands conservation and the management rules by central government in 2017? The government has constituted the Central Wetland Regulatory Authority in place of National Wetland Committee to monitor and manage wetlands. Second statement says that the state and union territories are authorized to identify and manage their wetlands. Now you have to choose the correct answer from the given options. Okay. Now, when we are talking about the first statement, that is saying that the government has constituted the Central Wetland Regulatory Authority, that is CWRA, in place of National Wetland Committee. Now, this has been reversed. Basically, what has happened that the government has constituted National Wetland Committee in place of Central Wetland Regulatory Authority. So, this statement is incorrect. Now, second statement when we are talking about, that is correct. State and union territories are now authorized to identify and manage their own wetlands. Okay, so option B would be your right answer over here. Okay, when we are talking about the 2010 rules which has been notified by the government. So central government has notified wetland conservation and management rule 2017. The new rules will replace the 2010 rules. Okay, so recently government has notified these rules in 2017 and they have replaced the 2010 rules as well as the format notification of the wetland route 2016. Okay, now they have gone for the establishment of the National Wetland Committee. This committee will replace the Central Wetland Regulatory Authority, so which we have seen already. Now State Wetland Authority will establish every state and union territory. Okay, so there will be this a particular authority, that is State Wetland Authority, in every state and union territory, and head of this authority will be the Environment Minister of the state. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now moving further, question number 3. Which of the following statement is or are correct in context of initiative named the Economics of Ecosystem and Biodiversity, that is also known as TEEB? Okay, now it is an initiative hosted by UNEP, IMF and World Economic Forum. Now when we are talking about this particular initiative, so the IMF and World Economic Forum has nothing to do with it, so that statement is incorrect. Then it is worldwide initiative focused on drawing attention to economic benefits of the diversity. Now with the name itself, it is clear that it is talking about the economics of the ecosystem, so this is correct. Now next is, it offers an approach that can assist decision makers in identifying, modeling and capturing the value of ecosystem and biodiversity. This is also a general statement which is correct. So option C would be a right answer, 2 and 3. Now here you can see the economics of the ecosystem and biodiversity, that is TEEB, is a global initiative that helps decision makers to identify, model and capture the value of nature or biodiversity and maximize the benefits out of biodiversity. Okay, Now, when we are talking about the first phase, there was this. It was carried out by the Germany and European Commission, and then second phase was carried out with the support of UNEP. Okay, so we can say that it is about UNEP and no IMF, and you can say World Economic Forum has nothing to do with it. Okay, now moving further, question number 4. What is or are importance of United Nations Convention on Combating Desertification? So basically here they are talking about UNCCD. Okay, now it aims to promote effective action through innovative national programs and supportive international partnership. This is a general statement which is true. Okay, then second is it focus exclusively on the region of Southern Asia and the Northern Africa, and its secretariat facilitated allocation of large share of financial resources to these regions. Now they are talking about exclusively on these areas. Now that is wrong, because it is for everywhere where there is a threat of desertification. Okay, but the special attention has been given to the South Africa or African countries. Okay, so here this statement becomes wrong. Now it is committed to a bottom-up approach to encourage participation of local people in curbing the desertification. Now this is also, you can say, correct. So you can say your 1 and 3 is correct. Option C is your right answer. Now here you can say United Nations Convention on Combating Desertification, that is UNCCD. Okay, Convention to Combat Desertification is the convention of countries that are facing problem of severe drought and desertification, especially in African countries. Okay, so special attention is given to African countries, but again that is not the exclusive attention. Okay, now objective is to encourage effective action through innovation, national programs, and the supportive international partnership. That is true. We have discussed about the bottom-up approach. That is also true. Okay, it is a unique example of good governance, sustainable development, and decentralization. How good governance? Because as I told you, this is a bottom-up approach. Okay, then sustainable development will be part of it, and decentralization, because here they are taking this bottom-up approach, and you can say local people are taking initiatives. Okay, so this is the only convention that came into effect directly on the recommendation of the Agenda 21 and was ratified on 17th of June 1994. Convention came into force on 26th December 1996. Okay, I hope that is clear. Now moving further, question number 5. What does it mean if a wetland of international importance is brought under the Montreal Accord? Okay, so when we are talking about Montreal Accord, so you must have heard about this Ramsar Convention, Ramsar sites, etc. So these are basically related to your wetlands. Okay, so that is one thing. This is related to wetlands. Now coming to the, you can say, what is the meaning for a particular wetland to be under Montreal Accord. So here you can say the ecological character of the wetland has been or is likely to be changed as a result of human intervention. Okay, second statement is saying that the country in which the wetland is located must be within 5 kilometers from the core of the wetland. A law should be enacted to prohibit human activities within the scope. Okay, so they are talking about within these 5 kilometers, and all these things are not mentioned in the Montreal Accord. The survival of the wetland depends on the cultural practices and tradition of certain communities living around it, and hence cultural diversity within it should not be destroyed. Okay, now next is it has been given a status of World Heritage Site. Now it is also incorrect. Now there is a confusion between A and C. I would suggest that you will go with the A, because when we are talking about the Montreal Accord, so the sites are added into it because if there is some kind of change has happened in the past, or it is likely to happen in that particular area, okay, because of the human intervention, okay, such sites are added to the Montreal Accord. All wetlands are not added, only wetlands of international importance. And how will you decide the international importance? That is on the basis of the change it is going through. Okay, option A is your right answer. Now when we are talking about Montreal Accord, it is a registered list of wetlands of international importance and have undergone and are going or are likely to undergo the changes in their ecology as a result of the technological development, pollution, and the other human activities. Okay, now it was founded in 1990. So question number 6, consider the following pairs. Protocols are given on one side, and then there are conference agendas which are given on the other side. There are 3 protocols: Cartagena, Nagoya, and Basel. So we have talked about this Nagoya and Basel earlier as well. Now when we are talking about the Cartagena protocol, so it is for to ensure safe handling or the transportation of the LMOs. LMOs are nothing but living modified organisms. Okay, So 1 is correctly matched. Okay, when we are talking about Nagoya Protocol, it is related to your sharing of equitable benefits of the biodiversity. So this is incorrectly followed. And then when we are talking about Basel Convention, it is related to the trans-boundary transfer of the hazardous waste. So you can say that only 1 is correct. Okay, I have matched these respectively. So you can go and read it. Now moving further, question number 7. Brazzaville Declaration is related to which of the following? By halving the number of road accident and deaths due to them by year 2020, then by signing an agreement to protect the world's largest tropical peatland, then third is world's first insurance market to commit to climate risk transparency and strengthening the international protection of refugees, displaced and the stateless person in Latin America and Caribbean. So basically when we are talking about this Brazzaville Declaration, it is related to your, you can say, largest tropical peatlands which are found somewhere in Africa. Okay, so that is about this. Option B is your right answer. When we are talking about this particular declaration, it is to protect a particular place, that is Kuwait central region of Congo Basin. This particular area is your Congo Basin, and this you can say dark area here, you can say that is your Kuwait central region. And now these are basically a peatland. Okay, peatland are, you can say, some kind of wetlands only. Okay, and they are waterlogged, and since they are waterlogged, the plants etc which are there, they are not readily decomposed. Okay, so they take time, okay, to decompose. So decomposition is delayed. Okay, and that is why these are called peatlands. Okay, so that is about this protection of world's largest tropical peatland, that is found in Congo Basin, that is Kuwait central region. Okay, so it is to protect from the uncontrolled land use and the prevent its drainage and degradation. Okay, so option B is your right answer. That is basically signing an agreement to protect the world's largest tropical peatland. Now question number 8. Which of the following pair or is or are correctly matched? International convention are given on one side, then there is purpose and how it is related, it is given. Now it is talking about one Basel Convention. We have already seen Basel Convention is related to your you can say transboundary movement of the hazardous waste. Okay, then when we are talking about the Stockholm Convention, it is related to your persistent organic pollutants. Then Rotterdam is, you know, related to your pesticides etc. So none of the above is correctly matched. Here I have given you directly, they have matched been with the right and the correct answer, so you can go through it. Then question number 9. Consider the following statement with reference to the Traffic International. Now this is a body. Okay, it is a diplomatic alliance between International Union for Conservation of Nature, that is IUCN, and Worldwide Fund for Nature, that is WWF. Okay, now it plays an important role in combating illegal wildlife trade. And third statement is the World Wildlife Crime Report, that is World Wildlife Crime Report, this is repeated over here, is published by Traffic International. Okay, so now coming to the first statement, that is correct. Okay, with IUCN and WWF, they have formed an alliance in the form of traffic, and the aim is to, you know, prevent the trafficking of the flora and fauna. So here you can see it is important role is in combating illegal wildlife trade. Okay, so basically they are talking about the prevention of the wildlife trade over here. Okay, now when we are talking about the statement third, that is World Wildlife Crime Report, that is been published by traffic, it is not published by traffic. It is published by you can say an organization which is related to your drugs and the crimes. Okay, so there is a UN organization which is related to drugs and crimes, and that particular organization is publishing this report. So you can say 1 and 2 is the only correct options. Now coming to the explanation here, as I told you, Traffic International is dealing with the wildlife trade monitoring network etc, and this is with the, you can say it is an alliance between WWF and IUCN. Okay, it is to combat illegal wildlife trade by supporting research and analytics, and remedial actions are taken. Now World Wildlife Crime Report, as I told you, it is basically published by UN Office on Drugs and Crime. Okay, so please remember this. This is quite confusing because they are talking about the World Wildlife Crime Report, and they will ask you any other body other than this particular body because it is lessly known. Okay, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. Okay, now moving further, question number 10, which will be the last question of this particular episode. Which of the following statement is are correct regarding the South Asian Cooperative Environment Program, that is SACEP? Now it is forum for the action on the cross-border environment issues such as air pollution. Now this is rightly correct because they are talking about the cooperation in the environment, so that can be one factor. Myanmar is not a member of SACEP. This statement is also correct. Okay. C would be your right answer. That is both 1 and 2. Here, you can go through this explanation. There are certain members. You can say India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, and Maldives. These are basically the members of this particular program. Okay, and the headquarters is in Colombo. It was established in 1982, and it is an intergovernmental organization established in 1982 to promote, support environmental protection, management, and the development in the region. Okay, I hope that is clear. Now, last part is your practice question. You can attempt this in at your home and answer in the comment box. So question is climate action tracker which monitors the emission reduction pledges of different countries is a option A database created by the coalition of research organization, B wing of international panel of climate change, C committee under United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, that is UNFCCC, and D agency promoted and financed by the United Nations Environment Program and World Bank. Okay, so you can attempt this question, answer in the comment box. With that, I would like to wrap up the episode. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.